good evening, or maybe morning when you see this, but we have just completed day 6. And by the way, thank you for all of you that have hung in there through this. It's great to know how many people are following and keeping track of what we're doing. I'll begin by saying we both woke up this morning thinking we had crossed an important hurdle. I don't know if it was that euphoria phase that they talk about, but we both woke up feeling great. In fact, our kids outslept us. We both woke up pretty early looking at each other like we were ready to go.
That never happens to me.
Never. I wasn't hungry at all for a long time today. I didn't feel that normal fatigue. Now, I did start my salt intake right away, and I had salt occasionally throughout the day. My weight is down 12 pounds now, and I was not overweight when we started, so that's something I need to keep an eye on, because this is what I weighed like sophomore year of high school. So with that, I had 2 cups of coffee in one day for the first time, black, and I think that sped up my metabolism some, because my ketones are over 6 for the first time, 6.2.
I think there was
6.2. I have not been in the 6s yet. Like Sarah, I've been steadily climbing, but I did a big jump into the 6s. And my blood glucose was 80 yesterday, which I was disappointed. I mean, I know that's kind of on the high end of good, but I thought after fasting for 4 or 5 days, I thought
80's good.
80's good? Okay.
80's good.
But I thought for fasting for 4 or 5 days, I needed to be really low, because Sarah's is really low, and she'll talk about that later. But I was at 68, so I had an increase in ketones and a decrease in my blood glucose, and my weight continues to go down. But otherwise, I think it was a good day. I still had some hunger issues, but it wasn't brutal. I mean, I don't think the hunger thing ever really goes away, but for me, it was a pretty good day.
I did start off feeling wonderful. I didn't feel hungry. Breakfast for the kids wasn't difficult, making them breakfast, and I had some energy. But then throughout the day, I just started feeling not great. I took a 2-hour nap. I don't normally get to do that. And I crashed out, where I thought I was going to sleep for like 30 minutes. I was going to take a quick nap, and I ended up sleeping for 2 hours. I woke up with my throat killing me. It's still pretty raw and sore, but we've had 2 kids with croup and another kid with a fever over the last 3 weeks. 3 of our 4 children have been fighting something and have been sick. We've had fevers and vomiting and croup, and so I haven't been sick, but maybe until today when I woke up from my nap and I just felt really yucky. So, but other than that, I'm doing okay. My blood ketones today were 7.2. I thought, how high can they go? I mean,
that's a Guinness record, by the way.
I don't think so, but that's just, they're still going up. That's pretty high. And my blood sugar is down to 58 today. So I'm monitoring that. Another thing I want to talk about, full disclosure here, is that last night I started having some vaginal bleeding, which is not appropriate. It's not that time of the month for me. It's mid-cycle when I would normally like be ovulating. So I'm like 14 days into my cycle. So my doctor, who's a big proponent of fasting, and he is aware that I'm doing this. So I shot him a text today and just let him know, this is how I've been feeling. This is how I've been doing. Here's my blood sugars. Here are my ketones. And by the way, I'm bleeding. You know, what do you think? And he said that that is not uncommon. That's very common for, and I also looked it up online and did some research too. It's not uncommon at all for women when they are fasting, because your body is under, it's a certain amount of stress. It's a different kind of stress for your body when you go into this fasting state. And so that's very common for women to have some vaginal bleeding during fasting. And he's not concerned, and most of the websites I looked at said it's not a concern. So it's not painful. I'm not having any cramping or bloating or anything like that. I'm just having some light vaginal bleeding. So
what a great way to end the video.
Yeah.
I'm not having any vaginal bleeding. But if I do, I'll tell you all about it, because I think that would be really important, and we need to go to bed. Good talk.
Okay.
We have 4 days left.
4 days.
And I'm going to eat 9 eggs for breakfast.
No, you're
I'm
not.
kidding.
We're going to take it slow. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.